Now, of course, one of the dynasties that a lot of people think about when you think of Chinese history is going to be the Ming. In 1368, a popular uprising will run the Mongols out of China, and the capital will move to Beijing. But what we're looking at is actually an artist by the name of Shen Zhou. Now, he's a leader of the literati tradition in Ming China, and the literati tradition is that people who could easily, they're from powerful families, and who could easily inherit roles in the society, for example, court painter or something along those lines, instead choose to drop out of society, and they focus on studying poetry, calligraphy, painting, and other philosophy and other forms of art in the humanities. This way, they're creating sort of a pure form because they're not doing it for financial gain. Usually they have some kind of financing behind them. They do have money coming in. They're not starving to death. So he comes from a family of scholars and painters and turned down an opportunity to work for the court. And he paints this. This is Lofty Mount Lu. This was actually a birthday gift to one of his teachers. And he writes a poem on it, honoring the teacher. Now, in this painting, something to keep in mind is that he never saw this mountain. He's making up the mountain. But he wanted to use it to represent the teacher's lofty virtue and character as he saw it. Imagine a teacher that you've had in the past who has an incredible amount of knowledge, who maybe you're a little intimidated by because of that amount of knowledge. You would seem, or you would feel, absolutely tiny compared to that mountain of knowledge. And that's sort of what he's getting across here. The immense scale of the scene is suggested by a tiny figure, sketched lightly and partially obscured. A tiny figure down by our trees. In the end, like most literati work, this is a highly personal conversation between the artist and the recipient. It is not meant for commercial gain, nor is it meant for public display. It's meant as this pure expression between two people. We are merely outsiders looking at it, but that almost makes it more powerful, because now suddenly there's this emotional, personal element to it that we wouldn't have if it weren't for the fact that there isn't any real gain to be had. It also allows him to be more creative, to think further outside the box, because he's not going to lose anything in this. He's not worried about, I have to sell this painting, I have to make it spectacular or very acceptable, because if I don't, I may not eat. So the literati work really does become sort of a realm of its own. And by the way, this concept of the literati and dropping out of society goes well back in Chinese history. This is just the first time that we're coming across it.